This is the Polar Pro Boreal 50-liter pack. And we're going to talk about a lot of the things that I love and a few things that could be improved on the next version. I bought this pack. It was not shipped to me from Polar Pro. I have no affiliation with that, so this is a clear-cut review. This is the bag I carry when I'm going on a new set for any commercial shoot that I'm doing. This is the one that I carry when I'm going somewhere, if I need my laptop, and I want to throw a camera in. This bag is one that I've been using pretty much daily. So one of the things that really drew me to this bag is that they load tested this bag to 65 pounds. That's useful because we carry a lot of gear, and sometimes I want to be able to throw it into a bag and carry it on the set. It's a little bit bigger than a standard like Wandered Provoke pack that's 21 liters or 30 liters, but I find that I tend up carrying a larger pack anyway. I've carried it on planes. I have a pretty good idea of how I use this. You'll notice first in the front, there's a ton of zippers, and there's lashing points, there's loops everywhere. The laptop goes here on the outside, and the pocket is felt lined. It's got a nice foam protection on the inside. There's another one here. I use this for trash. Anytime I'm on the trail, I find trash, and so I just jam it in there. Any other little things that I just find that I don't really need access to. There's another big one right here. This is where I typically put business documents. Got really important business documents, you know. But no, it's just another big zipper that I put in there. And then the last one is what I use the most on the front, and it's actually this small one. And this is where I put my passports, the things that I need access to quickly when I'm traveling. So tickets, passport, keys, stuff like that in there. Speaking of keys, it does have the little latch right here if you do want to put your keys into that. It's a weatherproof seal, so you'll see that it has that weatherproofing on that seal. The zippers are nice, they pull nicely. Some of the other bags I've used, they're little chunkier zippers and they tend to bind. Sticking on the front, there's two lashing points. These are used to carry stuff on the side. If you were to put a large tripod in here, I carry my water bottle in there. It's big enough, it expands. It does have room for that. Both sides have that. It does have a hook and loop. You'll see on that other side, I'm actually running this secondary loop through that top bracket to kind of hold that up. And that just good peace of mind for me carrying a water bottle. The last thing on the front is there's these little loops. They make a netting system that goes on the front here if you wanted to put something else in there. But these loops you can also use for lashing points if you want to lash something in the front of it. The other thing on the side, there is this nice zipper, and what that does is it allows you access in here. On the back side, you can see you got nice straps. There's the tensions to increase height or decrease height. I haven't had any problems with these. These are nice, cushy shoulder pads. We've loaded this up with an FX6 with a small camera without the top handle, and it's been fine in there. I carry, not often, but we have carried the 400 millimeter on a camera body in there, and so I know that the weight can be held through this. The only thing on the back side is these shoulder straps are mounted to the door. So this is how you access the innards of the camera area. And it's mounted to this door. It's a heavy duty zipper, but it is one of the areas where you just need to watch it, right? So if this zipper ever fails, then this door opens and it's gonna separate from the bag and it's gonna open up and all your gear is gonna go everywhere. I haven't ever had that happen, but it is something to just watch. Just examine your zippers before you're going out, I guess is the point. On the bottom here, they have a waist belt. I attached it for this. I've actually been running this without the waist belt. The waist belt has some nice zippers in here where you can store different things. I don't know, maybe a snack or something on the side pockets there. Both sides have zippers. It has a nice plastic buckle that clips in the front. If you want to remove that, all you need to do is go back here. There's some Velcro on the back. You need to separate it, and then it just pulls through. So with the waist belt separated, you can just put that in a closet. And you can see that the back is actually a little more clean, and you don't have those waist belts clinking around then. There's grab handles on the bottom, both sides, and the top. This is one of my favorite features, honestly, because I can grab this pack and pick it up by any of these sides. If I want to carry it from the side, I can carry it in the briefcase. Before we move into where the camera equipment goes, it does have a nice roll top. I like roll top bags for the simple fact that I have a 7-year-old that accompanies me on a lot of places, and I tend to carry a lot more clothes than other people. Extra coats, mid layers, light layers, wipes, whatever you need, right? It's just an extra diaper bag that I don't have to carry a separate bag for him. I've been out in the rain with this. It's kept it pretty dry. I didn't have any wet clothes in there. It opens up into a cavity. I have a raincoat in there. This isn't a what's in your bag, so I'm not going to be going through everything that I have. But within that, there is another zippered area that accesses the bottom area. So if you want access to that, you can get into that top by going through that zippered area. So moving to the back, you can see that the zippers, again, work very nicely. They're big, chunky zippers. They have the nice gold paracord ties on there, give you a little extra movement. You can see the Polar Pro design here. It does have padding on the inside with nice big gaps to let that airflow get into there in between your back. If we open this up, the first thing we'll see is this door. So you're going to see 3 pockets. There's this bottom pocket that is a little bit smaller. You have this middle pocket, and then the top one, which is the widest of all of them. In the top, I tend to put things like a lighter, some extra stickers. Moving down to the lower side, that's where I keep my batteries. I have 5 batteries in there right now. And then below that, I actually have the Polar Pro slate case for the memory cards. It's waterproof. I know my memory cards are going to be secure. It's hard case, so they're not getting damaged. But that all fits nicely into those little areas. They're see-through for the most part, so you can see what you're storing in there and what you're accessing. I don't know about you, but if it is in a place that I cannot see what is in those pockets, I forget what's in there. I like the fact that you can kind of see through that. So you can see that the pack is set up in a few little areas. I'm actually carrying one of the cameras that it's being filmed on right here, so it would go right here. This is just a little silica packet, keep moisture out. This goes here, but here is where I think this bag needs a little bit of work. And that's in these dividers. These dividers are terrible. They don't stick to anything. The problem that I mentioned earlier is that these things, you have your gear in here, right? We have these expensive cameras, you have all these nice foam areas. These things are wonderful. They're rigid, they're soft, they should work very well, but the Velcro does not want to touch, or just wants to touch each other, and it doesn't stick. And so you stick these things together, and then as soon as you go to move, a little bit of pressure pulls them apart. And so the problem that you get is you put all your stuff in here, you go to grab this side bag, and all your junk just gets pushed together. I was on a set, I was carrying a 100 to 400 because I had a person on the stage that I needed to photograph, but I couldn't get close. And I was also doing wide angles for the event because there was about 1,000 people there. And we needed that wide shot with the stage in the background, but all the people seeing and looking forward, right? And so I had 2 cameras in here. And so I had my camera and I was walking on a set and I went to grab it, not even thinking about it, and was carrying it in kind of through the people. And as soon as I got in there and opened all this up, all my gear was just mishmashed together. And so it's really frustrating when you go through the organization structure to get all this set to just have it all mixed up. And so the dividers are just, this is the weak point for this bag. Otherwise, this bag has been fantastic for me and I've loved it. It's a great first draft is what it is. It comes with a ton of dividers, so you can set this bag up fantastically. If you want lots of little areas for lenses or audio, you can set that area up. Just keep in mind that it does not stick. So that's the frustrating point. Now, like I said earlier, it is big enough, and we do it. You can put the 400 in there. It does carry that. You can close this up and you would be fine to carry that onto a plane or onto a set or out in the wild if you needed. This is one of the many bags that we carry. We have a bag for everything, but this bag has been really helpful for us. And I've enjoyed it. It's stuck with me. It hasn't fallen apart like some of the other bags. So overall, this gets a high mark. I just think there's a few things that could be changed in the second version.